and welcome into mathematics once again. At this point in time, we're discussing on what is termed as quadratic equations using formula method. Let me simply say, when you are in the examination, you're dealing with mathematics paper 2, and then the problem asks you to say, solve the equation giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Think no further, but end at the point of you knowing to say you are going to apply what is termed as formula method. So when you're in mathematics paper 2, the question is asking you to solve the equation giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Please note that it is formula method, and the formula is given as x equals to b positive or negative, that's negative b positive or negative, square root b squared, the square root should be longer, b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's the formula I'm going to use. I said once the equation says solve the problem giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places, it is formula method, and that's the formula. So once you've noted that, ensure that your equation is in the format of ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. So if you check, our equation satisfies this. So in this case, it means we can go ahead and pick our a, our b, and c from the equation given. So I want you to know that a is always the coefficient of the squared later. So the squared later is x, so it means a is 3. If it was just x squared, our a would have been 1. So in this case, we'll say, okay, a equals to 3. B is the coefficient of the square of the single later. So in this case, it's just negative x. So it means that b will be equals to negative 1. C, that's a constant term. So c will be equals to negative 5. From that end, you get these and substitute them in the formula. So it will be x equals to, b is negative. So you say negative times negative. So this one will give us a positive 1. Positive or negative square root. That is negative 1 squared minus 4. A, that's 3. C, that is negative 5. Then your line will be from that point, so that it is x equals to 1, positive or negative, square root. What's the square root of 1? Negative 1, that is 1. Sorry, negative 1 squared is 1. So negative 4 times 3 is negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 5. This one will give us positive 60. From that end, we know to say that at the bottom here, this one was 2, a is 3. So it will be over 6. From that point, it will be x equals to 1, positive or negative. From that end, we're going to add and get ourselves 61 over the square root of 61. So if we want the square root of 61, just punch on your calculator. It will be x equals to 1, positive or negative. That is, it will give me 7.8102 rounded off to 4 decimal places. That is over 6. Now this is positive or negative, so I have to say therefore x will be equals to 1 plus 7.8102 over 6, or we are saying that x will be equal to 1 minus 7.8102 over 6. Remember, this is positive or negative. So what I did here is to say 1 plus 7.18102 divided by 6, which is this one. Then at the bottom here, I'm going to say x equals to 1 minus 7.8102. So when I say this plus that, after what happens that you have to add first, then after you add, that's when you're going to divide. So the first thing I'm going to do is to add. So after I add these two numbers and divide, I'll get x equals to 1.47. Then at this point, when I say 1 minus 7.8102 and then I divide at the end, I'll get x equals to 1.14. After which you are getting yourself 5 marks. So it's imperative that you understand what you're dealing with. Allow me to progress to question 2. So question 2, they are saying that solve the equation giving your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So okay, we are going to apply formula method. X equals to negative b, positive or negative, square root of b squared minus 4ac. that is over 2a. Now, is this equation we are solving in the format of ax squared plus bx, that is plus c equals to 0? The answer is no. 4 is appearing on the wrong end. That side, on the right side, there should only be a 0. So 4 will be made to cross over the cosine, so that our equation is formed into p squared minus p minus 4 equals to 0. Now it is in the format. So what is our a? The coefficient of p squared is 1. So a equals to 1. What is our b? That is negative what? 1. Because the single letter is just negative p. So it means the coefficient is 1. Our c, on the other hand, is negative 4. From that end, we'll substitute in the formula. So it will be x equals to negative and negative. It will be positive 1. Positive or negative square root of 1 squared minus 4. A is 1. C, that is negative 4. From that end, it will be 2. What is our a? That's a 1. So x will be equals to 1, positive or negative. The square as 1 squared is 1. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. Times negative 4, it will give us positive 16. That is okay, over 2. From that end, it will be x equals to 1, positive or negative. 1 plus 16, that will be 17 over 2. From that end, we'll say therefore, we find the square root. Okay, before the therefore, x equals to 1, positive or negative. The square root of 17 is going to give us, that is 4.1231 over 2. Then you just say therefore, x will be equals to 1 plus 4.1231 over 2. Or you can say x equals to 1 minus 4.1231 over 2. So first thing, you get this, add, then divide by 2. So you will learn that your x will be equals to 2.56. Then secondly, 1 minus 4.123 divided by 2, it will give you x will be equals to negative 1.56. Remember, I told you to say that first you add or subtract, then after you punch equals, that's when you divide. So that's how you get yourself 5 marks based on what is termed as quadratic equations. Thank you very much.